Alright guys, Jacob from What'd You Be This, and got a video coming to you tonight. This is after getting smoked for 400 bucks at the casino today. I was with Mike Arndt, Larry Holloway, and I actually don't know what Dean's last name is off the top of my head, and Ken Harris. So they all showed up to meet and hang out, play some shoot some dice. I literally went for it on the first two shooters, which were me and Mike, and got my butt kicked. So basically 2 shooters in, I was nearly down $400. I wasn't playing strategy, I was just going for it. I was trusting that me or Mike would make a shot. I was incorrect. Neither of us shot were crap. In fact, the whole first orbit, besides Dean's shot, wasn't very good. Larry didn't shoot, so in a row, Mike, me, and Ken shot worse than poorly. I think our longest shot was 4 shots, so out of them 3 people. So it put a real damper on the first orbit of the game. No excuses. I went for it, got smoked. That's the choice you make. But if I would have been playing this strategy right here, I wouldn't have lost a 5 hit and down while I was standing there. I did see some 10s, but they were well after 5 rolls. I would not have lost a 5 hit and down while standing there. Me and my wife did go and eat and stuff while they were still playing. I actually quit before they did. They re-upped more than I did. I did not. It was not my day, and I was a little tilted because I talked, me and Mike shot up so much and then failed. So I was a little tilted for sure. So here we go, coming out. Come out 7, perfect. All right, so one of the things I want to show is this is actually something I worked on extensively, is that I do think you can press. The thing with the pressing is on this is you have to start with the lay bet. So now I just press that up 50, all right? That's 1 hit. So now the 7 only got worth more, and everything else but the 10 is still the same value. You know what I mean? So there's still the same exact problem. All right, here we go. If we roll a 7 here, we win a little more money. And aces, okay? So in this case, we're going to win 15 bucks. Because this would be double, but we'd lose this. Counts, okay? So we won 1. Here's another one. You're going to have to add a nickel here. So if you press your first 2 hits, you can then press on the inside some. And that way it's not going to hurt you on the 7. The 7 was the big problem with pressing, because you took all the value of the 7 away by pressing. All right, so there's a $20 winner. All right, so what we can do here, since we can go up 1 on all these because we went up on that. You could actually go up 1 on this if you even wanted. All right, so that's the 3rd hit. That's going to be our 0.6. 3, 2, 3, 2. This is the set that I seem to do the best with. All right, we're still trying to dodge the 10. Here we go. And there's the aces again. This time they're worth 30 bucks. So that's a pretty good deal. All right, so if you want to press here, again, you have to do the same thing. You have to press over there a little bit, because remember, for that 25, you only won, for that 50, you only won 25, basically. So we put 20 out there. So for that other, so total, we could press 35, basically, and be in the same position. So what we could do is we could probably put this out here. We'd have to get another 1. But we wouldn't be able to press the field, most likely. It would throw the money off to where the 7 is no longer a winner. You'd start cutting into the 7's profits. So 1 more roll. 3, 2, 3, 2. So we want to roll a 5, 6, or 8 here because it's going to pay better. and there's the 5, okay? That's our 5th hit. So this time we're going to lose here, but we're going to win 35 and 21. It's 56. And we're going to come down. That's our 5th hit. So it actually did help us a little there. We did end up making a little more money by pressing. Of course, we can't take the 6th place or the pass line bet down. Made our hits. Our 7 was pressed up to be a better winner. And honestly, if you want to, you can just press the 7. I've actually also started toying with it that way, where I only press the lay bet. It actually works out pretty well because a good majority of the time you 7 out before the 5th hit. A good majority of the time. All right, so here what I've decided, see, we're up 130, roughly 140-ish minus this 15. So we're up about 125. Generally, that's about what the 5 hits get you, between 100 and 125. What I've noticed that I like the best here, so far, so we got the 6, right? So why not get the 8 with it? All right, on this waiting out your turn thing. I've noticed that this is the way I prefer to play it. If I hit one of these, then I make another choice. But I don't like to invest too much of the winnings back into the game because you just went 5 hits with $300+ at risk. You know what I mean? So you've made your goal. I don't like putting it back out there to lose. I've realized that it's far less productive. And there's the 7. So we wouldn't have won anything else if we would have kept loading up. Now the come bets work fine. The come bets is fine because they pay on the 7 too. So if you're just going to put a bunch of come bets in a row out there, that works fine. All right, so something I'm going to do a little different today is I'm going to roll random rollers in between my shot. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing with the 10. But this time, I'm going to only play for 3 hits. I'm looking for 3 hits. Everything's working. No reason to be off. So this is dangerous. There's the aces. Okay, so it's going to be a $15 winner. No pressing. I'm just looking for 3 hits. There's 1 hit. This is dangerous because it's no longer in your control whether that 10 pops up, just like that. All right? No longer in your control. So that's going to win here, but it's going to lose up here. But I do want to see if it can manage through a random shooter. We didn't even make it 2 hits there, guys. Didn't even make it 2. We only made it 1. All right? The 10 is the point, by the way. And there's a hard 10 right behind it. All right, so that's because I'm just random shooting them. I haven't figured out a way to get through these random shooters without having a bunch of money and being able to martingale that. Now, if you have a bunch of money to play and you can martingale that 10, you basically cannot lose with this strategy at that point without just like this ridiculous run of 10s. All right, so I'm going to try it again. Remember, this is still the same shooter. All right, he just made his point is all he did. And an 8, 5, 3, 8. So I know we've hit some 10s as winners and we hit that 1 aces, but every time that 10 hits, I start over. So there's a 20. Oh, I didn't pay right here on that point made 10. Hello? Yeah. And there's the 6 for 20. 5, 1. But again, I don't really know how to play it on random shooter yet without having a huge bankroll to martingale the 10. And there's the 7 out, which is fine here. It pays $23. My wife started laughing because every time she walks in, I roll a 7. All right, so that was brutal. That was only the first one. No, it wasn't when you were in here. All right, that was only the first one. Okay, so this is the second random shooter. Let's get these green dice for this one. All right, it'd be nice to hit a couple come out 7s. There we go. Looking for 3 hits. Okay, there's the aces again. It's going to be a $15 winner. And there's the 4, which is the point now. And it's also a $15 winner. And we're looking for one more hit, then we're going to go off. If you think about it, if you can get through 3 hits on this random, and there's the point made 4, so it's even better. It's going to end up paying 30 total. We made it through our 3 hits. Well, you made it through this random shooter, and you made 50, 60 bucks. All right, that's pretty good. I would have loved any shooter to make me 60 bucks today. All right, so all these bets are going to be off. The shooter actually made his point, so all my stuff's off. I'm just waiting for him to 7 out. I'm going to roll it out. That pass line is even off, guys. I'm not even playing it either. I'm just leaving it all out there so I don't get to mess with it. And there's the 11, so that would have won 2 places, so we missed that one. Back-to-back 11s. And the 3 would have also been a wash. Still looking for a point. And we got a point finally. Okay, so remember, everything I got out there is off. Everything. So, there's the 11 again. Lots of 11s. And the 5 point made. So this shooter is going crazy here, going off. Ton of rolls. All right, here we go. And you don't have to play this way. You could just play it till 10 to 10. Problem is you're going to have runs where you roll too many 10s. All right, there's the come out 7. You could regress it or something if your table had a $10 limit, maybe. There's the 0.8. And the 8 point made. So this shooter's just shooting really well. There's the hard 4. And the 7. Okay, so finally 7 down. All right, so it's back to our shot. We get some small dice because that's the one my casino uses. All right, here we go, coming out. 3-2, 3-2. Again, going for 5 hits. I'm not going to worry about pressing. I'm just going to go. Ace something. I can't see the other one. Ace 5, 6. Okay. It's $20 winner. Remember, we're always working in this. 1 hit. You guys, I'm convinced that this is the best strategy that I've ever come up with, or that I've ever been a part of developing. Because I doubt I actually came up with anything. I'm sure someone else has done this. All right, so the reason being is because if you believe in dice control, I feel like you should be able to hedge out the 7 with your rolls for 5 rolls. You should be able to do that consistent enough that you can make basically as much money as you want. Because yeah, it may take a while, but if you can consistently beat the 5 rolls, it doesn't matter how long it takes. You can do it over and over and over and over again, as long as you are relatively good at beating that 5 rolls. And you can even take it a step further. If you have the bankroll to martingale that 10, then you can basically make it to where you can't lose. And you can think that the way you want, but if you martingale the 10, eventually it all comes back in the 7. You don't mess with the other numbers when you do the martingale. You just do the 10. So, of course, 300 would have to go to 600 to win your 300 back. But then also it would actually end up being 900 to cover the board. So that's how it would work. But how many times would you need that before a 7? Not very many. Now, if you had a $10,000 bankroll, you could do that all day long and essentially make it to where it was really hard for you to lose. I'm not saying it's impossible, because of course it's not. There's a ridiculous run of dice out there that could beat you. Of course, we got $200 back. But most likely, you're not going to lose. All right, so I'm going to, oh, the 6 is still out. Still rolling the 6. Okay, we're making up a little bit of ground. Now I'm going to go with come bets this time. I'm going to go $15 come bets. So all them $100,000 bankroll guys, this is the only strategy you ever need. This is it. You have $100,000 to throw at a craps game. You basically could win as much money as you want with this. And there's the 6. Again, this wasn't working. I just didn't pull it down. All right, back to the random shooters. Because you could just sit there and wait on your turns. Or even if you're doing the martingale style, you wouldn't even have to wait on your turns. You could just play every shooter. Because I'll try to run it sometime, but I have to figure out all the numbers for it to where it works. Because not only do you have to cover the bet you lost over there, but you also have to cover the board. All right, let's grab some blue dice. Here we go. Looking for 3 hits. So we're back to a random shooter. And there's the 6, okay? $20 winner. But again, so really, even if you have a $10,000 bankroll, you could do it. All right, good shot. And we have a 5-1, or 4-1, sorry. 27. Looking for one more hit. And there's the 4, 3-1-4.
Hey Dad, I found another chip. My brother's brought me the chips. Here.
Thank you, buddy. All right, so I'm going to rack these wins up, but everything else out there is off except.
I have to tell you that when you're done with the video, we're going to DQ, and Mom wants a small cookie dough blizzard, and so do I.
Okay. So the only thing left working is this pass line 6. So let's see what happens with it. Again, you could play the come bets on this shooter, but remember you only won 3 rolls. So there was the 10, so we barely made it. Remember, I just said none of that was working. So that 10 doesn't get hit this time. We're looking for a 6. Now, you know, you only threw 3 rolls, so you could play a couple bets, but you'd be wasting them 3 rolls to profit. So I'm not going to do that. On these guys, if I make it 3 rolls, I'm going to be happy. I'm just going to take that as, you know, the $50 or whatever it is of winning. You know, if they go on a really long shot after that, so be it. Maybe a couple rolls in, I'll decide to start playing some smaller bets and build up from there or something. But really, with this strategy, the long rolls, all that stuff doesn't matter anymore. Because what you're basically saying is that I'm taking every advantage, there's the 9, every advantage I can get from the casino here. Every single advantage. And there's the 5 again. And again, you could take what you won and place it out there and play this shooter for free. That's not a terrible thing to do. And A, we made our point. All right, hard 6. And so maybe that's what you want to do, especially after you made the point. So maybe what you do is, you know, get all this off the board. We'll take it down so I can show this. And so you made 15, 15, 15, and 25. You know, so you're at about 60 bucks or so. All right, maybe you play this and you say, okay, whatever the shooter rolls, I'm going to play, you know, three numbers. Do something like that. Okay, so there's an 8. We rolled the 8. So you play 3 numbers at 3 units. Okay, so you get the 5, of course, and the 6. Now you're less than what you've won, but you're still playing, and so maybe that's the way to do it on the random. I like the idea of just collecting the random money. All right, so there's a $21 winner. I'm just showing what it would look like in multiple situations. Maybe we'll bump that up. You know, add $10 in odds back here, just rack a nickel. Because remember, it's all profit anyway. Whatever we win here is all profit on this shooter. And there's the 7. So we made it through one hit, basically. We did press, we didn't have to, we could just collect it. But we ended up, you know, still profiting on that. So let's go to the next random shooter. Okay, we trade this into a black. We got 3 blacks again. So we're making our way back after getting knocked off 2 times. All right, let's get some red dice. Here we go. Coming out. 5, 4, 9. I thought we just got smacked again. Remember, okay, so we're only looking for 3 hits. It's a $15 winner. $6, okay, $20 winner. 1 more hit, and then we'll figure something else out. And there's the 8, okay, so $20 more. So we want a total of 55 bucks in 3 rolls. Again, in my opinion, you can't move the 9. So you really didn't. You really won 40 bucks because the 9 is still out there at risk. And you could just take this down to a quarter or something over here on this lay and have it taken out of the risk. But let's say this time we decide, okay, we're going to just play with this profit. So we're going to keep 15 bucks because that's what we could lose here. Can't help that. We're just going to play with this. We got $10. Okay, so we're going to just rack that and put 6 out there. So it's not exactly right, but we got 3 numbers. And we're a winner no matter what here because we racked a couple bucks. And there's the 5.
Guys, I got the sandals.
And the 7. So we risked all that and ended up with $2 profit. I still like the idea of keeping the 50.
Is this live?
No.
Is it? It's one of your vlog videos?
Yeah, sure. All right, so I'm going to do one more of my shots. See where we end up.
Can I roll?
No, but I'm trying to do something specific with the roll.
Okay.
You can roll the random. We'll go through one more orbit so you can roll the random guys. All right, here we go. Coming out.
Chip finder.
639. A really good looking roll.
Chip collector.
There's 1 hit. I like the 3-2-3-2 because if you get either the 3 or the 2 on one of these dice, you cannot roll the 10. Very much. 617. Okay, so we only rolled twice on our shot, but that's okay because that ended up paying 23 more bucks. So on that shooter, remember, all this is a wash, except for this is even a wash. What was our first note? I can't remember what our first note was. A 9, that's right. All right, but because that covers, after you lose everything, that covers you down to 23 bucks. That lay bit does. So we get to keep all this. I mean, they're going to take it and then pay it back out in the lay money, but that's fine. All right, so we only made it 2 rolls there. Now we're on to another random. All right, Justice, you ready?
Yeah.
Which dice do you want to roll?
I want to roll.
Hold on, let me set up. Okay, so Justice is going to shoot my randoms.
I rolled a 4, 6.
No, we don't want to roll a 4, 6.
What is it?
That's what we don't want, buddy. We do not want a 4, 6. It's a 10. All right, shoot it.
4, 6.
Bubba, why are you trying to beat me? He rolled a 2, 1, 3, which is a wash, because this and this cover. It's the only wash on the come out. And then the 9. 5, 4, 9. Stop.
I'm glad it wasn't a 10.
Okay, so that's a $15 winner. It's 1 hit. You could call that 3 a hit or a roll, whatever you want to do there. It didn't make any money, so I'm not counting.
10.
And he did roll a 10. Little butt. Stop pulling on that. That's not funny, Justice. We're trying to win.
Why?
Why? Because winning is good.
Why?
All right, so we're still up on all this. You could go back up. I would, only because they just rolled a 10, so I wouldn't be worried about it. And there's the 7. So that's going to win $23 more. That 300 hurt, but that's the risk you take playing with the random roller. Playing against or on the random roller shot. All right, so we're going to go on to the next shooter. All right, Justice, which dice do you want? You want the green ones? Try the green ones.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Second random shooter. And he's got aces, so that's going to be a $15 winner.
Yay!
That's 1 hit.
How much is $15?
$15 is about a third of what you spend every time you... Oh, and he rolled another 10.
Sorry.
So, again, that's the risk you take on the random shooters, guys. So, I don't know how to fix the random shooter thing without just martingaling that out over there. Justice, quit. So, again, if you guys have any ideas on how to fix playing against the random shooters on this, let me know. Because, as you can tell, none of our shots got beat. Not one of our shots got beat. All of our losses came on the random shooter. And so maybe that's how you beat it, is you just don't play it on the random shooter. You play a different strategy on the random shooter. And then on your own strategy, you play this. Maybe that's the key. I don't know. Anyways, guys, this is Jacob from Wager Me This, and you guys have a good day.